Hey everyone, this is Chef. Welcome back to Reus2. We are going to strive to not screw up our new Era 1 turning point today. We're also going to play either as Villain or Poet. I haven't read either of them. Villain is Toxic and Predator Biotica, gain 4 for each dislike on the planet. That was kind of sick. Dislike synergy. So we could take Villain and then 3 people who hate the villain. We're also going to need to play animals for Era 1 turning point. Toxic and Predator are likely to have one or both of those. And then Poet is all inspired projects gain 50% bonus. Oh, that's really cool. So if you're doing like big project, I'm going to do villain first, and I'm going to take 3 people who hate the villain's guts. We do need to take Ice Age Frost Giant, because we need an Ice Age Tundra on the planet along with our 3 animals. And then I guess we'll take Swamp Giant, Savannah Giant. It doesn't give us great biome overlap, but that's fine. I don't think we need many biomes for this one. So we're looking for animals, and we're looking for high science output for the Era 2 turning point. Musk Ox Secretary Bird Harpy is pretty sick if we're going to be thinking about an animal forward build for the villain to get Toxic and Predator. We've got Predator, Predator, Predator. Neither of you are going to be Predator or Toxic, but that's fine. You're Toxic. Any of you guys Toxic? No, but we could always get our Kentucky coffee tree, which is toxic. We have many options available for the villain to thrive here. And I also think, just for fun, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I want to do like a polar planet. So we're going to have a big Ice Age biome at the top. And then we might put a big Ice Age biome at the bottom. And then over here we'll do like cold rainforest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, hold on. You've confused yourself. City. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. City. There you go. And then over here we'll do Savannah. City. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. City. We do want a lot of leaders here, so that there are more people around for the villain to dislike. And you can go ahead and set up shop right here, my friend. You want animals. We have no boosters to worry about, which is fine, so we can start with Ground Squirrel. Just get a random unlock out of you and see what else we have to play around with. Also, the earlier we play Ground Squirrel, if we ever pick up a Ground Squirrel in a draft pack, we can draft it again. Because it locks itself, which keeps it from being replaced, but if you redraft it, because it's just included in somebody else's pack, you get it back. And then we can unlock one more Biotica, and then we just have more options available. You have unlocked for me Carnelian. It is good. I can put it next to an animal biome and give it extra gold, but I need to put animals down. I'll give you a sedge, and then I'll give you a mink. And that should take care of your 3 gold. You'll expand out here. I can give you 1 animal in the rainforest. Off you go. That also gives us Nomad number 2, which is going to go in the savannah on the other side of this Ice Age biome. And a gold booster, how nice. So we could do Parakeet, or we could do Toxic Predator on Pit Viper, and then he gets another bonus. What is the specific bonus you get? 4 gold for each dislike on the planet. Okay. So obvious spot for a Viper. And then I can also put an animal here that is a critter, and then I could put a tree here. You don't need to do that now. Wait and make sure you don't need that extra arrow. So that's Villain at 3, and Villain has 3 animals. Who are you going to hate for no reason? Let's look at your personality traits. He hates people who are weak, and he hates people who are kind. No disrespect, botanist, but I think you might... You look like a kind fellow to me. I think the villain's gonna hate your guts. 2 or 4 Predator or Toxic Biotica within borders. I can find a way to put 1 more Predator down, yeah. It doesn't even have to be this era. It can be next era. And then you're going to want 2 plants, so we'll drag you over here. We'll give you a carrot and then maybe something else. If you expand into the tundra, if you expand into savanna, we'll probably give you okra, elephant grass somehow. Yeah, how are you going to do that? Well, you could do ochre. You could do elephant grass here, animal, animal, and then you can do ochre here, mineral, and then an animal that gives pop, like a guinea fowl, and then an ochre here, and a mineral out there. That'll get you to 2 plants. It may get you to 4 pop. We'll see. It's going to get you to 3 pop, for sure. And then it'll give you science off the elephant grass. You'll go to 4 off that. Okay. Is that going to push you to 5, though? To 5 overall here? No, it's not. But now I can do it in the tundra. Or you could do it over here. You could give your friend his guinea pig. And then that will put you to 5, so you can buy the train expander that you want, so that you can set up the South Pole over here. And we'll have 2 Ice Age biomes. Villain and botanist became enemies because the villain hates the trait kind. Perfect. That's working out very well. So you should now be getting a villain emblem, each dislike on the planet. Yeah, you have one of those. Wait, each dislike... like, total? Because if it's total, that's kind of crazy. You could do the math. Base is 5. Bonus is 47. So you're getting +4, +8, +16, +15. It's 31. But if this is 4 for each dislike, then it would actually be 3. It would be 24. It would be 39. I think it may actually just be like every single red minus, because you do have a dislike. So if this is 16, that would be 32. That would be 48? No, 47. Okay, so it's every dislike for every leader. Holy cow. That rules. I want everybody on this planet to hate each other's guts. Oh, that's sick. Alright, come down here, make your Ice Age. Buy an expander. Bring the Savannah Titan over. So I want to stack up as many dislikes as possible. So we'd be looking for General. General's probably going to hate some people. Pirate Queen? Oh, Pirate Queen would be so good. Just hating people for no reason. Come on. Oh, yes. Alright, give me Pirate Queen. Where did you go? Here you are. I'd like you to come over here and settle in this savannah. I cordially invite you to come hate your friends. And then you want to get to 10 gold. I don't really want to put you to 10 gold right now. Any of you guys toxic by chance? Military extinct element? You do extinct, but you evolve. You don't have the slot to put an evolve down now. Even though it does give 25 gold. Like, does it put you to 10? It'll get you close. I think I'd rather raise the slot level. And then maybe I can evolve you over here for Pirate Queen. No, she wants to live in the savannah. Alright, well if you want gold, I think we're going to do double Wild Dog. And then that'll get you this tile. Pirate Queen and Villain became friends because Pirate Queen likes to trade Mighty? No. No, man. You guys are supposed to hate each other because you both just randomly hate people. That sucks. Villain stealing wealth from Botanist? I think I'm fine with that. You can have a little bird. You can expand. I don't need to evolve this now. I actually don't think I need to touch any of this. I think this is just fine. But I do think I want to stop you from raiding too early. I want people to get situated first. So you guys just chill out, literally. And then give me Hunter Age. 12 food on the planet. Constructor Great Hall yields food and gold for prowess. Plants yield minus 50%, but all animals receive a 15% gold, science, food, and mystery boost. You get a draft and 2 microcharges out of it? Sure. Sure, man. Extra 145 food from each golden predator biotica within borders. It works out so well. And then I need to give you one more predator. Or toxic. I can give you a cinnabar, and you would be next to a reptile. I'll do that. There's your toxic bioticum. We don't care that Sedge is bad. We're very animal-focused right now. That cinnabar is going to do fine. It turns on your Colosseum. You could maybe push the Great Hall a little higher if you find a good Ice Age Predator in a draft pack, but you've placed all of your Predators everywhere else. Botanist. I'm really not looking to place a lot of food for you, unfortunately. So I'm kind of cheesed off that you're giving me a pair of undergrowth bioticum, a tree bioticum, and an ocean plant. Because I can't do any of those for you. And I don't want to either. Guess it's a good time to draft Ice Age Tundra and look for a plant that I don't hate. Alder Dandelion's okay. Step Bison's pretty bad, though. None of the other two come with plants. I could take a Castoroides and make it huge. No, you do it every game. You can't take Castoroides every single game and just go, look at how big my Castoroides is. It was good the first time. It was kind of interesting the second time. The third time, you gotta you find something new. Carl from Jimmy Neutron Beam, this is my Castoroides, or what I brought for show and tell. This is the 4th time you've brought Castoroides to show and tell. You can't just keep bringing Castoroides. Whatever, I haven't watched it in a while. Alright, so that's all your plants. That's your herbalist done. Villain turned on Pirate Queen because the villain's a jerk. Yes! We love this. This is great news. And then, Pirate Queen, what are you up to over here lately? You want Predator Biotica within borders? Sure. I can do that for you. Can I interest you in a mink predator? That will be adjacent to a bad plant? Let's make it a sedge, I guess. And then you need 12 food on the planet. Where are you going to get extra food from? That's not plant. It needs to come from animal. I think you need to draft Savannah and look for a decent Savannah food animal. Like, a zebra's okay. It's actually your only option. Yeah, take zebra. We do have 3 biodiversity here. Distinct adjacent herbivore, you have 1. You actually want to go here. Because you'll be adjacent to 1, and I can give you a second herbivore in a gazelle. And it doesn't matter, well, it does matter where the pop comes from, though, because the pirate village wants to get bigger. You would want to put down a steppe bison and another plant. Which you can do. You can go here. We can make this work. So zebra there will be fine for now. Steppe bison here, and then you'll be next to 2 plants. You need to get to 17 on the planet. You're at 13. You may be going to 14. You're going to 14. This should be 17. This is going to be a 50 food steppe bison plus 15%. And that's going to push you to 10, so you can start your next village. Then you want somebody else who hates people. I think it would be General. General is probably the best thing you could hope for here. 25 food on the planet. Buy a nomad charge. miner or sage. So miner is an industrialist. He is not going to like the botanist at all. I think we go with miner. That should lead to the most hostility on the planet overall. And then you need to get people 6 food somehow. What's your plan for that? A really big predator in Ice Age Tundra, maybe? Or see if you can get the miner some pop, but you only have 10 era to play around with. You have a gold booster, a science booster, a science booster. You don't have food boosters. You do have a Chanterelle, which may be okay. Where could you put it where you have a lot of adjacent minerals, though? Nowhere. Nowhere at all. What you can do is put another herbivore here. And you do have 2 plant biotica in biome. So we're going to spend here. Incentivize you to expand to it. Although you are disinterested right now. But it's going to make your zebra better. And then this would need to be a mineral. I really wish it was something that evolved. But we can't put those in Savannah. So if I go here and here, you will guaranteed expand there, but it's going to cost you 1 Eon. I'm okay with that, because I also want to get this this evolution rock down. This Jadeite. So none of you care about each other's synergies. No, you need to be next to extinct. Jadeite doesn't go extinct, though. So Jadeite needs to go here. You have no plants that go extinct. You have 1 animal that goes extinct, but... Well, actually, you would have the biodiversity to place it, and it would get Great Grazer twice. Hold on. What did you evolve into? Topaz. Where could one place Topaz, hypothetically? Rainforest? Alright. I think I'm gonna give you another Steppe Bison. Because that's going to secure your food. And then you'll also pick up this tile, which is another 34. I didn't notice you were on a mineral booster. I'm not going to lie. But nothing to do about it now, I suppose. So that turns you on as well. Pirate Queen stealing wealth from Villain. Villain's loaded. So you should be okay with that, but also he has 47 military might. I don't think you have that much. You have 16. I need to stop you for your own good. You don't know what you're doing. And then you need to place micro. So you can double Mantis on your wild dogs. I think that's a given, since they're getting a lot of gold, and then even more gold, and then even more gold. That's going to be a very strong wild dog. You can also get one. That's a 201 gold wild dog. Look, as far as a 1-star Biotica goes, I talked a lot of shit about wild dogs. At the start of Reus, I have really come around them. I think they're crazy. 201 and 163 gold out of 2 1-star Biotica. And then also science. Is anybody close to an invention? You're at 5 of 10? You're at 4 of 5. Yes. You want to have woolly moth caterpillar on this cinnabar. Or the slate, actually. Since the slate's about to evolve, just put it on the slate and then you'll bank it in that tile. Go ahead. That will lead you to invent something. I'm not sure that you'll be able to trade it with anyone, because nobody likes anybody else here. But you can at least use your own invention. How did you get this emblem on? How did you do that? I'm not sure how you managed to get that. Oh, because you probably stole it when you guys fought each other and I wasn't looking or something. Alright, let's just see what your invention is. Spitviper is also 152. Villain emblem, when you get the right leaders, is crazy. He's invented leather boots, Pitviper. 1 well. Sure. After overcoming harsh conditions, the humans now thrive with full bellies in their warm houses. Okay. Great Hunt, 3-star. That's going to come with new unlocks at the end of the game. Technology is not our highest stat. Wealth is. But we can do castles and knights to get them to fight even more. Villain has 10 science, is a little awkward. Pirate Queen has 10 money, should be fine, because you've got the wild dogs over there. Villain 10 science is going to be really rough, though. We might be safer with a merchant age. 3 cities with 8 should be fairly easy. Villain City will have it, no question, from the emblem. Pirate Queen will have it, no question, from the wild dogs. And then we just need to get either botanist or miner to get there, and miner likes minerals. We could get gold and minerals. We should be able to put a merchant age together pretty easily. You have upgraded to a super booster. Do you have any good 2-star biotica at this point? You have a rosemary, adjacent to 2 distinct biotica with base food. That would be neither. Before we do anything else, let's go get the miner up and running, because he's languishing over here. So you can put slate here, it'll go extinct. You can put carnelian here. It wants to be next to an animal. I need an Ice Age Tundra animal that's not bad. All extinct biotica gain 35. A second ground squirrel. You could pick up ground squirrel again. Now what's your deal? You also go extinct. I don't love that it doesn't come with minerals. Actually, that's the whole reason you did this draft, isn't it? No, you wanted a good animal to put next to the Jasper. But it's not a 2-star slot right now, it's a 1-star slot. So you'd want to take... You could take ground squirrel just for the random unlock, and then you get primal obsidian for a bunch of science and mystery, which the miner can maybe turn into gold. What's your mystery rate? It is gold. Okay. Primal obsidian looking pretty good then. Right. You've expanded. Good. You're expanding. Good. I would like you to expand one more time, though, Doonton. Maybe we go take care of Doonton quick. You're going to be next to mineral and plant. Any of you guys care about that? Each adjacent extinct. Wrong, wrong, wrong. You want to be next to extinct, though. So you can be a primal flint, and I think that'll be fine. Any animals that care about being next to these? No. Any plants? Adjacent to 2 distinct biotica with base gold. You'll be one, and I could get you to be a second one. Do I need the food? Not really. But it does go extinct, which will help the... Oh, you didn't take the Glyptodon, so you don't actually care about extinct synergies. That's true. The only thing that cares is primal obsidian, but you need to upgrade a tile for it. Alright. We'll just go do this quick, because I really want you to grab this tile before the villain can snatch it up. And then we'll get back to the miner. We're going to need to fill in that tile as well, actually. And you want to be next to a mineral. And you would be next to an animal. So you can come put a carnelian here. And then you should be very interested in expanding. I might need to put something just outside your reach to incentivize you to go out there. Adjacent to 2 stink biotica with gold, is that what you were? 1 base gold? It wouldn't be a 2nd base gold. You could just put down the other... No, you're saving the ground squirrel for Minor Town. Adjacent to animal. You can go quartz here. And then you can go fireweed here. Quartz. Expansion party. Fireweed. So I can now give you your project, whatever you're going to want to do. 6 of 8 distinct plants versus 5 of 8 total plants. If we put down plants, they're going to be distinct, and Coral Diver won't work, and Wood Workshop won't work. So you're going to take Great Garden. If I'm going to place 8 plants, I'll just place 8 distinct plants. That's fine. You guys expand there, and now we go help Minor Town. Which means you are Carnelian. You are Ground Squirrel. And then we see what the Ground Squirrel unlocks. Maybe it's something interesting. Fire Queen hates that Savannah Giants messing with war plans. That's more dislikes. Oh my god, I have to interrupt them from attacking each other because then they'll dislike the Giant. Of course. And then Villain wants to go to 25. You want 10 distinct biotica, 3 fur biotica. Well, how much do you pay? You're 240. You're 200. I think I'd rather take 240, but how am I getting fur biotica in a rainforest? I don't think you are. So maybe just take distinct biotica and live life on that. Right, so you expand. We really want to get Rainfort up and running, because we want them to claim a lot of this territory. Each science in mineral within borders with highest science. That will likely be Primal Obsidian if I can find a place to put it down. Because Primal Obsidian is 100 science. If it's surrounded by extinct things. And you're extinct. And you're evolve. Oh, what did you evolve into? What did you give me? Evolved Mud Pool, which I can put in Ice Age. But you don't go extinct. So 1 extinct, 2 extinct, 3 extinct, but it's pretty bad. 3 extinct, next to base gold. Which I could kinda do there. And it would give you gold, because we need you to hit 8. How do we get you next to an animal, though? You just put it next to an animal that gives gold. Alternatively, you do anything in this rainforest, because you haven't done anything in this rainforest yet. Topaz adjacent to Amethyst adjacent to Animal gives you a ton of money. And I guess that would push you towards Gem Seeker, then. Alright, so we take Gem Seeker, and you just go full gold. Topaz here. And you guys want to be adjacent to a rock? No, but you can just take Jungle Fowl for extra food. And then Amethyst here will be next to an animal. That'll be Gem Seeker 3. And then we would just need to find 1 more Gem Bioticum to put in the Tundra, which could be a Quartz. None of you care about adjacencies anymore, so we can just put you there. Miner's gonna have a rough time getting to 8 technology. Unless I can find a big Primal Obsidian to put down. Dune Dunes, I'm gonna wait on you. I need Botanist to get to 35. So I think it's time to give you your distinct plants. Which means upgrading... No, because Slate's going to go extinct. You don't need to upgrade it now. It would mean upgrading Gazelle Carnelian and possibly also Zebra Okra. Yeah, I don't think Zebra is going to be the play long-term here. Actually, you may want to kill Zebra Okra first. Because I can make it so that you still have 2 plants. And then do you want top row plants or do you want bottom row plants? I think you want top row and then you want to move the guinea fowl. Because you're also going to move. You're going to need more savanna plants to do this though. So draft savanna again. Jackalberry's pretty good. Zorkon comes with no plants. Marabou comes with no plants. We'll take a Jackalberry. Are you a science lad? You are a science lad. Each distinct adjacent scavenger bioticum. I could give you adjacent scavengers. I think. No, you don't have great scavengers. You have a serval at 3, which wants to be adjacent to grass. Which you could sort of do. Pattaya wants to be next to food. Distinct adjacent scavenger. Yeah, you have none. You have only African wild dog. So you do Jackalberry here, wild dog. And that would give you money. Well, no, it would give you good tech out of the Jackalberry. It would be 10 plus 100, because you have 2 sets of 2 wild dogs. It would be 110 times 100. It would be 220 science. Yeah, that would push you over. So you can go there. You can upgrade here, and then we're going to have a second batch of wild dogs. And then you're going to be a prey animal, unfortunately. But you can be an Ibusi. And then you can be an underwhelming elephant grass, because you're only going to be adjacent to 1 animal. Dog 1. Dog 2. 4 predators. You could even get a 5th predator down with a leopard. Like, if you upgraded here... No, they're not prey. You wouldn't be able to do that. Villain sent out raiders to steal wealth from Pirate Queen. Who does Villain not like right now? He doesn't not like any of my giants, so let's go make him not like my Ice Age giant. And then that pushed you to 25. You're done. Next, we need to go work on Pirate Town. There's World Trade 1, World Trade 2, Merchant Era complete. That's a big army. Holy cow. 57 military might. So Pirate Town needs some work. Minor Village needs a little work. Minor Village will just start drafting Rainforest, because we still have draft charges for it. Alright, Villain. You hate this giant. You're so pissed off at this giant. You want to dislike the giant. He hates the Frost Giant. Alright. Predators get stronger. Love that. Pirate Town. What do you need? You're 23 or 25 wealth, 8 of 15 food. You need food. It pulls me strongly towards a tavern. I need to get you 3 more distinct animals. I could give you 1, 2. You only have 2 distinct animals in this biome right now. Zebra is prey. It wants to be adjacent to an herbivore. Gazelle could also go there. So we could do Zebra Gazelle. And then that would keep all of these wild dogs happy. That would put you at 4 distinct animals? No, it would put you at 5. And then the Cape Fox would be your 5th distinct animal, and it could just go here. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. So many dogs in the savannah. So that puts you to 3. This puts you to 0. And then this puts you to 1. And you could even get rid of that guinea fowl and replace it with another plant. Like a pitaya, it would be adjacent, and you do need the pod. So I think I actually place you and then upgrade you, and then place you again. We can come up with something even better than the guinea fowl. It's just a sad 0. But I can't get you adjacent to any more herbivores without like a mountain patch. So pitaya here. I guess I could do pitaya here and then the fox there. And it would still be adjacent to 2. Yeah, let's do that instead. Because I think the Igusi is on no matter what. Because it's it and it's the elephant grass. So that should push Pirate Town to 15. Oh, it's distinct animals within borders. You're not seeing the guinea fowl anymore. I need to put one more distinct animal in your frost biome. I also need you to expand. I'm just going to buy a charge so I can make sure it happens. What animal do I want to give you? Unclear. You would be adjacent to an animal here. You would be adjacent to an animal and you go extinct, which I like. But none of those go extinct. Yeah, you can just have a bone. And then I will probably give you a steppe bison and one more plant. Given that a steppe bison goes extinct, I think it will likely be a fireweed. And you're going to need to buy Era for that. Actually. You can't draft one. Yeah, alright. Steppe bison here. And I really want you to be higher, so I'm going to buy it again. And then this fireweed will also go extinct. It's not adjacent to things that give gold, though. But then that dandelion is really bad. Are my plants still getting... They are still getting 50% less food. I thought it was just for that era. Plants are just bad overall. Alright, fine. You're only going to be 15, but you'll go extinct. And then you have one more placement. Can you get the miner village to have a primal obsidian? Yes. And it will be 2 extinct tiles. So we're not going to lock anything in with this. But this will be like 75 science. Yeah, 75 and 16 mystery. That's still pretty good. Okay. And then all of this will go extinct. Extinct, 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 extinct. Most of that biome is going to destroy itself next era. And then you still have to place micro, too. 50 and tagged tree. Don't think I have anything good on food boosters right now. It can upgrade anything. But I don't think I have anything good on food boosters. It's a big Agusi, but it's only because it's on top of an old steppe, or an old zebra. This is a big slate, but it's only because it's on a steppe bison. Yeah, I think you're going to skip those. You can do toxic eco-sensitive, which is kind of interesting, given that the villain cares about toxic. You could make a toxic guinea pig, and it would give, like, 40 gold. You could give a toxic predator mink, and then you'd get the percent bonus, and you'd get the gold bonus. Oh, but he's not in rainforest anymore. Yeah. I think that might still be worth it, honestly. Getting so much use out of Poison Dark Frog lately. Because you're already Toxic Predator. You're neither Toxic nor Predator. So I will make my guinea pigs toxic. And let's see how much gold this gives. I didn't do any of the math, but we have to have a ton of dislikes at this point. 51 gold. 51 gold for spending 2 micro is not that impressive. I was expecting more. Oh well. 40% 40 mystery. I don't think that's going to be great, especially considering it can only go on plant. If we could put it on that primal obsidian, it would be kind of interesting. None of you are giving a ton of mystery. None of you give any mystery. I think we're just going to be playing 4 normal micros. So let's look for rocks that are on a science booster, like slate. Actually, you don't need to do that. I can do you because you're closer. No, it has to be you, because that's your giant specific micro. Primal Obsidian's on an animal booster. We don't care about that. Bone is on a mineral booster. I can give you a science boost. Any animals on gold boosters? Mink would really appreciate a praying mantis. Getting bonus 1, getting a bunch extra from here. Dogs, obviously. Maybe you do just spend the last one on a dog. Yeah, why not? Not entirely sure why you're 220 and you're 170. Oh, Legacy Bioticum. There was a Carnelian there before. Okay, so that's Merchant Era done. And moving into Era 3, we're really well positioned for good animals. Because all 3 of our Apex Bioticum were animals, and we're getting 15% more of everything out of them thanks to Hunter Age. So we should be able to put together something really good here. First, the Filled Pockets Line. Humanity celebrates its wealth. Humanity is very wealthy right now. 2 crevices, Eon Limit, draft charges, micros. I don't think I'm going to even use those crevices. Age of Horror, I'm not convinced. Oh, wait, hold on. We've got this one. Yeah, we've got the new ones. Age of Discovery. Have 3 biomes with 10 biodiversity. That's fairly easy. Nuclear War. Have a city with 35 science and 50 military might. With more threat, they gain more technology. Yeah, sure. Let's see how mad we can get people at each other. Let's start a nuclear war. What's the worst thing that could happen? Realistically. Starting with my friend, the villain. Extra gold for each gold in the animal within borders with highest gold. Extra gold for each threat in Biotica within borders. Do I have any ultra-threatening 3-star animals? No. Not really. Unless your mystery gives threat. Kind of. So you would give 8 plus 15%? So you'd give like 10 plus... Well, you'd be 8 plus 2. And then for each distinct animal, we could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably. So you'd be 40 times 0.15 is going to be like 46. And then you give a quarter of that is threat. 46 into 4 is a little under 12. 20 gold for each threat. 20 times 12 would be like 240. No, I think a luxury shop is just going to be better. Prison seems really underpowered unless you have a very threatening animal. Which I guess maybe we could draft one. But, like, you're a bird biotica. Your goal is going to go crazy. But no, let's wait. We don't have to do it now, because we might draft some stuff. We might find a really threatening Ice Age Tundra animal, for example. Let's go check. Or a really threatening rainforest animal. You never know. Bird biotica gained 50%. We're taking a scarlet macaw, and we're not reading anything else. You might have a lot of surplus biodiversity. Maybe we find more reptile biotica. We know we're going to be putting animals down. You also come with an iguana, which is not bad. A Rao turtle, which is not bad. Yeah, I'll take a caiman. And then can I burn draft charges now? Yes. Good. So, villain wants 60 wealth. I think you're unlikely to find better... Oh, it is each threat in biotica within borders, now that I think about it. How threatening is a caiman? 3? I'm just going to draft Rainforest one time to see if I get an ultra-threatening Apex Bioticum. And I think I would be willing to reroll once as well, because none of these are birds. None of you are threatening, but we do get a bird. And Cobalt does give threat for each distinct mineral on the planet. Oh, okay. I think actually that might end up being pretty good. We're gonna have to do more math. And I don't really want to do a mineral run. No, it's never gonna get to like 100 threat. You need it to get to like 50 threat before it starts to outpace other stuff. You're not gonna put 50 distinct minerals on the planet. That's ludicrous. Make a luxury shop. You're going to have good gold animals. And then, most importantly, you don't have to think about it. We want to get a harpy down first. Do you need synergies? Do you need synergies? You do care about synergies. So I think I want to put one more bioticum down here that's just very average. 2 distinct that have base science, just 1. You, food if next to a mineral. Good enough. Come over here, and then I can upgrade this patch, and then I can upgrade this patch. I would also like you to expand. Come and grab this last tile. I need you to have that 3rd bit of rainforest. So you will have more power than the miner, no question. And I think I can get your gold to 60 so that we can start rolling draft charges. And then we'll slide over here. We'll work on... Oh, that's miner. Never mind. We'll slide around to the other side of the planet and we'll work on botanist, I guess. Bring some friends over. You're going to upgrade here. Berry herbivore, or berry iguana, berry cinnamon. Good boosters, please. Animal booster? None boosters. That's okay. We want to go harpy. Harpy caiman, maybe? Harpy caiman. Venacious Amazon, we want to go there. And then you'd be next to mineral. You'd want to put like a plant there. You don't have great 3-star plants. We want all 6 of these to be animals. Each distinct adjacent bioticum. That would work. That would work. So we can go harpy here, because all these are going to be distinct. It will be distinct, 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 distinct. And you're a bird. I'm not going to waste the Eon, I'm just going to upgrade. Because I might need that Eon. Alright, Queen of Minor Enemies. Good. Venacious Amazon is going to go here. I can make it next to fruit and gem. But then where are you going to get the Toko Toucan down? Toko Toucan might just not go in this biome. Do you have a good 3-star mineral? You do have cobalt. I don't think you want cobalt, though. You're also not going to want cinnabar. What are you going to want? You also want to get a bird down. You really need to be next to animal, plant, mineral. And then if you were a gem, that would be half of a Venacious Amazon. Oh, wait a minute. I can make anything a tree. So if I were to put down a parakeet, and then I were to put something here, it would be next to a tree by default. So I can go Venacious Amazon here. Parakeet here. It's all birds. I can make the parakeet... No, I need to make the Venacious Amazon a tree. Or I could make the Scarlet Macaw a tree. I don't think it matters, as long as I'm doing it to a bird. Because then they'll get the extra 50% everything from a harpy. Yeah, make the Venacious Amazon a tree. That turns on parakeet. Venacious Amazon wants to be next to gem. Which you don't have any of. You do, but like you've placed them already. Which I guess is okay. You can just be on amethyst. And then you also need to be next to fruit. Which I can do with papaya tree. Or just papaya tree. Villain sent out raiders to steal wealth from botanist. You know what? Sure. At this point, you got it. Alright, so that is your section of this rainforest done. And this harpy can still get bigger. It would mean upgrading... We need to get you to 25 tech first, and then I can upgrade these rocks. Because then you won't care about minerals so much. I might also just give you cobalt. Who does that help? Actually, I think you upgrade here. And that's where you put down a Toko Toucan. Because then you go mineral, plant, you just replace it with jungle fowl again, and you have animal. And then you can bury these two, and you can replace it with, like, cobalt stone. Because you don't care about it being a gem anymore, and then the cobalt will push you over 25 science. And you'll still be at 5 minerals. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Alright, so this upgrades. You become Toko Toucan. You become any other bird, but I think the only one left is jungle fowl. Spider monkey's not going to happen. Armadillo's not going to be good. Cayman's not going to be great. It would be okay, but it wouldn't be great. Actually, maybe it would be really good, I'm not sure. Then, I can upgrade here. The total warrior push the fire queen to attack the miner for more back. Sure. That's fine. A science booster for my cobalt. I love that. And then a stun. Because you won't be next to a reptile. That'll push you to 25. That's your 5 minerals within borders. So Rainford is almost done. Weapon... This is the easiest weaponsmith in the world, because Cobalt is military, and it's generating 397. And it gives you threat. Which is just going to help you stave off attacks better, I guess. So that's Minor Town 3. Are you going immediately to Minor Town 4? Not yet. Okay, then I'm going to leave you alone. Here's Nuclear 1. Dune Dunes has developed a powerful weapon. Dune Ton has one too. Okay. So those are our two combatants. What does it do? Extra threat in science reach, threat in bioticum within borders with highest threat. I need a sick, nasty Savannah threat predator. Or... No, that's what I need. I need a good Savannah predator. I need them both to get freaked out by a lion. I need them to get so freaked out by a lion that they're like, oh shit, I need a nuclear warhead to deal with this. So Rainford is done. Let's work on Pirate Town. Each gold in animal within borders with highest gold. I can promise you that it's going to be better than Country Club, because we're not going to be putting down anything that's permanent. And then we need to draft Savannah. Big predator. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And you come with a bird. We couldn't ask for anything better. So give me a lion. And now we begin the great upgrading. First thing to go is going to be these African wild dogs. They've served their purpose well. But they are about to get much, much better. You also need so much biodiversity here. You need 17 biodiversity total. Is this summed threat? No, it's only the one with the highest threat. So it's going to be lion, and then you just want to put down as many predators as possible. Alright. Is it distinct predators or all predators? Distinct. Okay, good. Then it's fine that we're upgrading dogs. Because we have another set of dogs over here. Alright, say goodbye, dogs. This is going to put you to 6 biodiversity. So you may need to put down a secretary bird first. It's going to put you to 3, but it's also going to get really big. Actually, you might just put a pink diamond on that mineral booster. Put yourself to 9, and then you can put a lion here. Because lion does not care about adjacency. You also want a lot of herbivores in the biome. This is going to be a complicated savanna. I do have a lot of herbivores that can go here. So you're going to go here. This Pattaya is next to go. I do not want that. That is close to 800 extra science from that missile silo. You're at 1 biodiversity. Servo wants adjacent grass. That's not going to happen. Adjacent to 1 savanna herd bioticum. That will happen. We can go wildebeest, gazelle, and that's going to pop this lion out. Wildebeest here. They're not predators, but that's okay. Gazelle here. Then we upgrade this tile. Do you upgrade that tile? Do you have a better herbivore that you could put there? You do have a parakeet. You could put it next to a tree bioticum again. But then your zebra is going to be really bad. It is. Distinct adjacent herbivore. You could put a pair... No, you only have 2 other herbivores. How good is Domain? Domain is a % bonus. I don't think you can give up Domain. I think Domain needs to be as high as possible. Which means the zebra needs to stay, and it's actually the wild dogs that need to go. Oh, and both of these plants. These plants need to get gone. Like yesterday. Yeah, kill these. I think that's going to make this a lot easier. There's Pirate Queen done. Adjacent grass. So Serval can go here. It'll be adjacent to 1 grass. Secretary Bird can go here. Because we're at 8 now. That's another predator. And then I want to get down a white-backed vulture and a leopard. Where would a leopard be next to two prey? A leopard would be next to two prey right here. So these wild dogs need to go. And I need to replace them with a leopard. And then I could make the leopard a tree. And I could put down a parakeet, because it's an herbivore and it's a bird. And then I think I'm going to raise a hill in the back, and I might be able to get a grass and an element down, and then I could find a place for a white-backed vulture. But you're going to be a parakeet. Oh, no, you can make a tree. You're okay. You can put a stag beetle here. And you guys getting bonus food. You're a percent bonus, and you're getting food. I think the secretary bird is going to be the tree. And then parakeet will be adjacent to tree. And then we buy a terraform charge. And we bring the terraform charge over here. We make rich hills. We find a way to get the serval next to a second grass because it gives us extra biodiversity. That's a great plant booster. But then how are you want to get the white-backed vulture down as well? What if you put the white-backed vulture over here? On the other side, and you raised a second hill. Toxic medicinal undergrowth flower, wrong. Fruit undergrowth, wrong. Tree fruit, wrong. Undergrowth, wrong. It has to be elephant grass. Do you care about distinct? No, you're just adjacent grass. Alright, then you're going to be elephant grass. This mineral, who cares? You're going to be another animal. You're going to be a Cape Fox because it's a predator. Then you're going to buy another terraform charge. And you're going to terraform over here. And that's where you're going to find a place to put down your white-backed vulture as well as any element. Like a mud. Oh, and it's a super booster. You are too kind. You don't even have to upgrade it. Wait, it has to be next to a predator, too. Oh, how am I going to get you next to a predator? Do I have a tag for a predator? Or for an element? Tagged toxic. Tagged predator. Tagged element. Ugly deep. No. Wrong. Tarantula. Wrong. I think you have to do it over here. You're wasting Eon, but I think you have to do it over here. So you go here. And then you just put a mud bath here. It makes the serval slightly worse. But it makes Secretary better. And it'll make you better because you're going to get bird bonuses. And then over here, what can you put down? Over here you can put down your Cape Fox, because there's definitely 5 distinct animal bioticum, and then you can put down an African wild dog. Which is not going to double its gold, but it is going to be next to a prey bioticum. So Cape Fox here. And then this should be the biggest lion possible. We might also want to get a percent gold booster on you, if such a thing is available. But such a thing is not available. But still, we're lion maxing. $2,200 gold out of you. 2007 extra gold from Luxury Shop, and then 1,200 extra science from Missile Silo, plus a lot of threat. Botanist. What do you have going on over here? Food and fruit biotica? No. Medicinal bioticum? No. Science and tree bioticum? Probably not. We might put down one medicinal bioticum, and that would give you 250 science. How's your rocket silo doing? You don't have anything that's threatening? Alright, let's draft a threatening Ice Age Tundra Apex Predator. Like a cave bear. Yeah, almost exactly like a cave bear. Mammoth is more a threat up front, but cave bear is going to be more a threat when we stack up minerals. And it's double predator, which I think lion cares about when it's on the planet. Is that correct? Yeah, it wants distinct predator on planet. So we want to take cave bear, and we want to put down a whole hell of a lot of minerals. We're going to ignore the fact that you want plants within your borders. That text may as well not exist. And then adjacency bonuses. Each mineral and biome, legacy mineral and biome. We're going to put you right next to the city. Each undergrowth, distinct undergrowth. I will not be placing that. It's simply not good for what we're doing right now. A mineral booster. Unlock random cohort minerals with double tags. Sure. It's not great on that mineral booster, but it's fine. And then you're also 3-star, so if we unlock another good 3-star mineral, we can put it down right there. Let's see what you give us. You have given us Onyx and Kettle Lake. Kettle Lake is a 3-star. It evolves more stuff. That's sick. So we put the Kettle Lake down here. You have evolved me Passion Fruit and Red Howler. I will not be placing either of those, I don't think. Definitely not placing that. Definitely not placing that. Alright, so we kind of whiffed on the evolve. But we're still doing real well with these two, and now we can put down Cave Bear because we're at 17 biodiversity. You will be Cave Dweller times 4, but we can go higher. We can go 5, and that's a 2-star. It's not adjacent to a plant, you're better. You won't be. And then 1-star, 1-star, 2-star. The only other 2-star we have is Primal Obsidian, and none of these evolve. So we're probably going to be skipping that. You want to be adjacent to an animal, you can go here. You want to be adjacent to an animal, you can go here. You don't care what you're adjacent to, so you can go here. That's going to get your cave bear up there a bit. We never had a ton of legacy mineral. It's a lot of armies. It's a ton of armies. Okay. So you're generating 800 extra science from your missile silo. You're at 730 science overall. Did I do you? I did do you. I haven't really done your tundra biome, though. I don't think there's really anything to do in your tundra biome, to be fair. None of these plants are going to be that good. I think we might be done. I don't think there's a ton of other stuff we really want to put down. I think we nailed it all. I'll give you a blast furnace. That's going to make your cobalt really nice. I guess we could cobalt max, because you care about distinct minerals. So we could fit a mineral here that we haven't put down yet. Like, I don't think Primal Obsidian exists anywhere on the planet right now. Actually, in general, this tundra biome just never got anything put into it. It's weird. Wait, none of these are going to be distinct. Because I put them in the other biome. Yeah, I think you're just gonna leave this tundra alone. There's like good plants you can put down, but your plants are so bad because of Hunter Arrow. So I think you're just doing 2 more micro. You definitely don't want to upgrade a plant. Food for each adjacent mineral? You might be able to find a place where that's good. It would be okay on a jungle fowl that's 2 adjacent minerals. It would be really good on basalt for some reason, because it's 4 adjacent minerals. It's plus 80% food, but you're only making 50. It'd be pretty good on a kettle lake. None of you are going to be adjacent to minerals. I guess the zebra's adjacent to 1, but the zebra's pretty bad. Can I buy any better micro? Yes. Tarantula on cobalt. 817, 595. Is that really the best mineral you have? I need good animal boosters. So you can get a tarantula, and then you would need to buy a microcharge that would spend 80 science. Wait a minute, Emperor Butterfly might be pretty good. Any big science guys here? Secretary Bird is 205. That has to be from Legacy. It is from Legacy. But it's adjacent to 4 animals. 80% science on 205. It's like another 100. Tarantula on Cobalt would still be better. Alright, we'll just do Tarantula on Cobalt. Here and here. Tarantula here. And then what else would be good? Giving something toxic, just for extra gold, I guess. Maybe from all the dislikes that you're getting. Because you have none good plants. So you can ignore this. You can ignore this. You can ignore that. And you can ignore all of these because you don't want to buy more science micro, I guess. So it really is just poison dart frog. Maybe poison dart frog on harpy. Give it toxic, give it extra gold, and then it increases its own gold from all these different bonuses. Also Legacy Cinnabar for whatever reason. Yeah, I think I'll toxic. I'll tree frog the harpy. That moves you to 12, 26, and 1,000. It makes your blast furnace better. Do you have any other metals that you could put? Extinct element, volcanic gem, element, extinct element. Yeah, none of these are metals. Alright, I think that's this planet. 7... Well, I don't know what we're going to wind up at. Maybe like 790? 790 seems low. But I guess we didn't really get any biomes that, or any biotica that go crazy. Like Lion's 2600 and we were like, wow, that's really good. Except that last game we had a legendary gold in a rainforest that was like 11,000. So maybe it's not as good as we thought. We have a surprising amount of trade going on, although I think they might have stolen these from people. Decent amount of inventions. And then just a totally wasted tundra biome out here. But we never got good Ice Age tundra drafts. I think we drafted too much stuff that was Evolve. And we shot ourselves in the foot on all of our plants by taking Hunter Age. So it was kind of a difficult one to put together in the first. We also didn't finish 2 requests, which would have given us another 50. If I could find a way to give you 1 more mineral, actually. We could actually just increase that a little further. In fact, I'll give you 2. Let's put a little more work in here. We don't need to call it quits just yet. You want to be next to things that evolve. Or that go extinct. So I'll put your primal obsidian here, I'll put a bone here, I'll put a fireweed here. They'll all go extinct. And then you'll be happier with your life. Six plants within borders will simply not happen. But I can at least do this for you. It's a 225 mystery obsidian. If I could just find you 1 more metal, you would have done really well for yourself. Maybe if you drop Taiga, you can find something that also goes in Primal Taiga. We're really scraping the bottom of the barrel now. Also, like, if you put down a fox, that makes your lion better. I'll gamble on one draft charge. We need to see a mineral, a metal that goes in Primal Tundra. No, you're Lost Element. You don't go in Primal Tundra. No. A Predator, though. And a Kentucky Coffee Tree, finally. I'll do one more. Because I want to see the 3 stars. No. Although there's the Mouflon, we'd need to invent stuff, but a little too late for that as well. And no. Alright, we tried. We tried our best, but we did not quite get there. I can at least... Oh, I can't put Fox in Scary Tundra. That's right. Alright. Now I think we can say that we've done everything we possibly could. We're at 821. We switched this Primal Obsidian on. I could sit here and spend a ton of gold and put down more stuff, but I think the best we could do is maybe like 840, maybe 850. I'm not that worried about it. Let's watch all of our villages blow each other up in nuclear Armageddon. I think that's a fitting end to playing as the villain. These were really good Horizon drafts. I wonder if we can go back and look at this planet after we're done. Or if it's like Age of Horror, where it just doesn't let you go back. I've unlocked all Biotica. Hooray! Let's take a look. Bog Orchid. Giant Sloth. Fun. All plants in this biome gain Extinct plus 35 and the Extinct rule. That rocks. You put down Giant Sloth, it extincts all your plants and it upgrades all their slots for free. That's really cool. Saber-tooth Cat. Smilodon. Whatever. Jet. I think I'd seen Jet before. 125 golden tag gem for each adjacent biotic in this 2-star higher is a lot, though. The Haas Seagull is also new. Maybe I haven't seen these guys. Caribou I've definitely seen. 100 gold, 20 mystery if you're unique. Juniper. It evolves. Gives a ton of mystery. Stone Pine. Food for each mineral on the planet is very good. And onion. Sure. So we do still technically have a couple Biotica to unlock, because we are missing an Era 2 turning point, and we're missing an Era 3 turning point. We need to do Enlightenment, so Tech must be highest, and then we also need to do Age of Discovery, where we need 4 biomes with 6 biodiversity and 3 cities. But those should be fairly easy criteria to meet. I think we got the hard ones out of the way with Hunter Age and especially with Nuclear War. This one, I think we kind of needed to connect on the inventions a bit. So, or not on the inventions, on the requirements a bit. So, I also don't think we invented anything that game. We're still missing 5. But we have taken care of most of our eras, and we have taken care of one more leader. The only leader we have left to play and do a 3-star on is the Poet, so I think the next game that we play is going to be very, very chill. We're going to have a lot of science. We're going to have some very flexible plays that we'll be able to make, and we can... Oh, it is. It's all... Look, it's like a unirradiated wasteland. I cannot revisit. We actually destroyed the planet completely. Very sad. But, yeah, so the next game we play is going to be Poet. We're going to see if we can knock out a couple inventions, and then we are going to be very close to completing everything that we wanted to do in Reus. We'll have eras done, we'll have spirits done, we will have most of our inventions done, and the last big one that we need to plan around is just going to be all that glitters, as far as I'm aware. So we'll still need to find a way to knock this guy out. So if you are still enjoying the series, make sure you leave a like, make sure you leave a subscribe on the channel so that you know when the next video is going to come out. And if you have any suggestions for what we play after this, you can leave a comment and you can let me know what we should pick up next. I will see you guys next time, but until then, take care and have a good rest of your day.